I've been getting a lot of comments lately requesting decks for Arenas 12, 13, and a little bit of 14. We're going to jump in on my mini account, which is currently in Arena 14, because I feel like it's more relatable. There's cards and certain meta decks and the like that I don't have unlocked, and it's certainly free to play, so I feel like it's much more relatable. One thing to note before we jump into the battles, as I have said in many of my other videos when I'm trying to help people with decks and climb, it is a lot less about decks and way more about skill and learning the fundamentals of this game. You will see that with the first deck that we actually use. Let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm sorry, all right? Mega Knight first play, okay? So this does stink a little bit because I don't have a good rotation. Now, if my opponent goes Mega Knight in the back, we should be able to get some pretty good damage. Never mind. Just never mind, okay? Let's go here. Lots of damage on the other side because my opponent is not playing smart. And I made that huge mistake. Boom, he's probably going to go Mega Knight. See, that's the other thing, too. They cross their fingers. That's why I think Mega Knight is not really good for the game. It's not, because people just rely on him so much, and it cripples their progression with skill. All right, so as you can see, we're at 49 plus. We are in Serenity Peak here. Okay, I actually just got into it not too long ago. Free-to-play account. It's like my mini account. Hog 2.6, but this is not the true 2.6 because I do not have the log unlocked. Now, I would not recommend using this deck unless you have log because it is very, very important in this deck. But we're going to go ahead and use this and show how we can shut down so many different massive pushes. And you can see all the mistakes my opponents make and how we can capitalize on that, okay? It's obviously a cycle type deck. Then we're going to use this bait deck. This one is a little bit easier to use as well, and you have a lot of defensive power with a lot of constant pressure. Obviously, the rocket's been nerfed 1 or 2 times, I think, so it's not quite as good. Again, the log should be in this, not the barbarian barrel, but I do not have it unlocked. Then we're going to go ahead and round out the video with this deck here. Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this higher up ladder, but it is a known combination with Mega Knight and Hog Rider, and Hog Rider is a super solid win condition. This is just very defensive, and again, you're going to get positive elixir trades, you're going to be able to defend and obviously counter push with the Hog Rider, and mini P.E.K.K.A. for stuff like wizards and any supporting troops. Again, I would rather have the log, but the Bar Barrel actually provides a lot of great positive elixir trades when you face stuff like the Witch. A 2 for a 5 trade is obviously great for you. Let's go ahead and first jump in using Hog 2.6, but not 2.6. If you have the log, put it in. Let's go. All right. Again, log is very important because of the knockback. You can chip with it, obviously, and you can also even start off the battle with it. Now, I will be able to at least chip with my Ice Spirit. Sometimes I face level 11s and things like that, and I can't. And that's another important piece as well. All right, so my opponent didn't do it. Okay, we have a Tombstone. It's going to be a little bit of a possible challenge breaking through, but another piece of this is just to basically, got a Mega Minion, learn your opponent's deck too. So take your time. That's one piece of advice as well, right? You don't have to just like rush and take a tower like instantly. Okay, so see that? So my opponent went super aggressive. What we're going to do is we're going to pull the Mega Minion. I do have to wait a little bit because that Tombstone is still alive. So what I'm going to do is actually go in opposite lane here, and we're just going to let this happen. I might hover. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this now, and we should be able to knock back some stuff and at least get 1 hog hit, maybe 2. Oh, yes, let's go. Okay, perfect, right? So here's a positive. I really wouldn't do... I'm not going to do it. I was going to kite, but that's another thing you can do, right? That would have been a good trade for us. Okay, so we are already ahead, right? And that's what we're going to do. I know he has lightning. Tombstone is now out of cycle. So what we're probably going to do... Goes Golem. Okay, so this is going to be a good test for us, right? Let's go ahead. I don't even know what this deck is, right? It's probably got Lumberjack and things like that. So this will be a good test because... pushes like this and heavy decks are difficult to play against. Now, I know my opponent has lightning, right? So what we're going to try to do is pull this golem over here, and I think that should be out of... I'm going to try to protect the musketeer, right? Boom. And then we're going to... Okay, so the lightning, obviously, he was able to get it, but he didn't get the tower damage, right? So we're going to slow this down. We have to get another musketeer down. Now, the problem that I do have is the fact that the baby dragon locked. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and fireball this. We're going to knock the baby dragon back. Now, my opponent is definitely going to get a lot of damage. Watch us come back, though. I promise you we'll be able to come back. All right, so what we got to do is just let this all happen. Now, he's going to go in Mega Minion, so we're going to go in with the Barb Barrel. Then we're going to go in with this here. I'm going to try to protect the Musketeer as well. So let's see if we can get some damage here. I think we should be able to get a little bit. He goes lightning on that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this down here. We got to protect just a little bit. I am going to go ahead and get this down. And we're going to cycle pretty fast. He's going to push Golem. I'm just going to go, yep, that's what I thought he's going to do. So now what I need to do is go in with the Hog Rider and get ready for a Fireball, right? So we're going to go ahead and do this right here. Let's just pre-Fireball. Boom. Okay, we're going to get a little bit of work done there. Now what we just need to do is pull this stuff over, and I'm going to pull this over. We need to take care of the Baby Dragon. Really, to be honest with you, that's the biggest key, okay? So the Ice Golem is helping out there, right? We're going to pull that Golem. I am going to go in right now. We have to because I thought he would go Lightning, right? Because my opponent's going to get aggressive. I don't think he's going to be able to have enough. He did actually have enough. So let's go ahead and get this down here. Hopefully we'll get 2 hog hits. And the Golem Might is doing some damage. But look at this. Magically, we are now almost in the damage advantage. However, we are doing pretty good. Now, I just got to watch out for the Golem. I'm going in right now because we have the Fireball for the Tombstone. If he's going to drop it, let's go. Have a nice day. Take care. GG's and peace out. I'm going to go ahead and pause here for a second. Hopefully you don't skip through this. That was not an easy battle, and I am under leveled, okay? And anytime you face something heavy like that, especially Golem, and you saw how I came back, the main reason I came back is because I knew I would be able to outcycle him, number one, and I already anticipated how my opponent was going to play. You have to be able to do that inside of battle. I knew my opponent was going to go Golem. That is a lot of elixir, and then when he went Lightning very aggressively, and I tried to space things out or whatever, I knew I was up elixir, and I knew the only defense he really had was the Tombstone. Now wait till you have enough elixir for the Hog Rider at 4 and then a Fireball at 4, and you're at least going to be able to chip. Remember with Cycle Dex 2.6 specifically, you're trying to chip, maintain control, and eventually overwhelm with cycling and outcycling your opponent. That is how your boy got the dub. Let's go. All right, now we're going to go and jump in using that Rascals Prince bait deck. Hopefully y'all's cards are more leveled up. I don't even know if I would recommend. It's a good deck. But if it's under level, it's just so much harder. But hopefully you can learn from it. We're going to go ahead and pressure with the barrel. It's definitely a good play. Again, people run Mega Knights and Valkyries and all of these things, and it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. All right, perfect. That's good for us. That's awesome. We had a good rotation, which is something we cannot control, right? We can't control rotation. So now we're very defensive here, right? I can defend a lot of things. He's got Musketeer. That's good for us. Goes E-Golem. All right, so here's what we got to do. We're going to go in with this here, and then I need to make sure that I can take care. If he has log, it's going to stink really bad. Take care of the Musketeer. All right, usually supporting troops is way more important to take care of. I got to actually rocket this. That's another tip too, right? If you know your opponent's playing some kind of a bait, it's very likely they have something like rocket, right? Let's go ahead and get a Dark Goblin down. I don't want the Dark Goblin to get hit by the Spear Goblin. We'll take that damage. And I'm not going to go in with the barrel yet because it's too aggressive. Okay, so my thought possibly is my opponent... Okay, never mind. Look at that. That's so deep. All right, we're good. Let's go ahead and do something like this. I thought my opponent may go Mega Knight, which can be a little bit of a difficult push, especially with a level 12 Witch. I do have to get Princess down, and notice I go opposite lane here because it's super annoying. My opponent's going to have to obviously do something about that Princess, and it's more... See? You guys see? That's actually okay. I'm okay with that. Now, Dark Goblin has the range there, and the Prince should be able to take care of that Goblin hut. Okay? All right. So we should be good, right? We're going to actually... Let's go in. Definitely know my opponent doesn't have a whole lot of elixir, all right? So here's what we got to do now, right? We're going to go ahead and... We're going to wait a little bit, okay? I do have to go in with this right here. We take care of all that, right? Now, the Witch is going to be a little bit annoying, right? So I have to go in with this here. I go in. Now, see, my opponent just gets super desperate. Now, I'm hoping what I need to really be able to do, honestly, is get back to another Barbarian. We're good. We're good. Have a nice day. I'm telling you, that's what they do. Perfect example. Absolutely perfect example. And what is that going to do? We take it out. We're good. So we go here. Now he's going to pressure really heavy. Like, at the bridge, just drop everything. And, I mean, like, it just... That's the way they play. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, why even support that side? Or defend, I should say, that side, right? Let's go in with this here. Let's do something like, I don't even know. Mega Knight. Mega Knight, right? Okay, so we have Prince. We have Prince. And look at this. This is what I'm saying. What kind of a deck is this? Let's just go ahead and do something like this right here. And take care of all that. Have a nice day. Take care. GG's. And peace out. Get that filth out of here. All right. And again, as you can see, you saw that craziness and people just play wild decks, super defensive, things like that. But if you play patient, I'm telling you, you can definitely climb and improve without a doubt. patience and elixir management, building up those counter pushes, defending appropriately, not over defending are keys to success. Are definitely some of the fundamentals. Now we're going to jump in using this deck. Again, look at this defensive power. I don't know if, again, I think this is probably the easiest deck of them all to win with, okay? But again, the higher up you go, I would not recommend this, all right? Anyways, let's just go ahead and jump in. We will get ourselves a dub with it. Just watch how I defend with it, opponents can't break through, and you keep chipping with that Hog Rider. Now, with a starting rotation like this, typically, look, a level 11 too as well. I'll go straight in with the Hog Rider, right? Because we're going to bait out, most likely, what my opponent is going to use to defend. All right, so we have two things. And look at all that defense he did just on that alone, right? All right, so already a positive trade. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Musketeer. We're going to clean this stuff up. And I'm not going to do too much else. I'm letting my... Now, see that? I'm telling you right now, though, if I had Hog Rider, I would have went. So what I'm going to do is just pressure with the Barbarian Barrel. This is the point where you don't go Mega Knight in the back or anything like that. You have to learn a little bit of your opponent, right? So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go in with the Electro Wizard because my opponent's probably going to support this with something, okay? And then we're going to get some positive trades here. Actually, I'm going to go in with this. I was going to say positive trades with the Bats, right? So we'll take care of all this. Boom. Okay, it goes Knight. So again, I'm going to play this. Actually, I'm going to go in right now. I'm going to go in because we're going to hold that Knight a little bit. Let's see if my opponent... Oh, that's perfect. He placed that so wrong. Okay, now look at all what's coming. Okay, actually, I'm just going to go in with the Musketeer again, but we're not allowing our opponent to build up any kind of push. And why that, right? Now I'm going to go in with the Mega Knight because that's too aggressive. Okay, that's super aggressive. Now, again, I want to try to... Now, see, that doesn't make any sense, right? Let's just clean all that stuff up. But this is what you want to do with a deck like this. You want to try to defend and then eventually get a Mega Knight Hog Rider kind of a counter push, right? We're going to go in with probably once again, let's get the Electro Wizard down. And I'm just waiting for my opponent. I feel like my opponent's holding something, right? So let's go in with this here. Now, I know my opponent has Tombstone, right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and go in with this, and I'm going to try to get a lot of value here. And we're going to take out that Ice Wizard, right? Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to get the... Yeah, we wouldn't be able to get to the tower, but that's fine. Now what we need to do is build up a push, right? So we go here, and he's just doing all that stuff, all right? Now I go Mega Knight. Boom. Okay? We're good. This is what I'm kind of... Oh, okay, now we got Bats. Now, if he has Zap, that could be bad for us, but we have Barbarian Barrel as well, right? But super aggressive. I'm going to go in with this because the Mega Knight should help take all that stuff out. We should be able to get some hog hits. There you go. Just patience, defend, and he goes in with a late Tornado. My opponent does not... And Musketeer is going to go ahead and take care of the egg, which is really good for us. Let's go in with this here. He's going to get desperate. No, never mind. But do you see what I'm saying? Look at how my opponent is doing this, right? Just spamming stuff at the river. He should reset, wait a little bit, and try to build up a push, okay? Let's just do this here. I'm going to start to chip just a little bit. We're going to hopefully be able to take out that Knight pretty quickly. Now, the problem is the Mega Knight does go back, and the Tombstone is in cycle, right? So I'm trying to keep... I haven't even used Mini P.E.K.K.A. Okay, it's crazy. All right, let's just do something kind of like this here. We're going to slow this stuff down. We're going to go Bats, and then I'm going to go ahead and get the Barbarian Barrel down as well. He goes in with the Poison. That's fine. We should be able to clean most of this stuff up. This is going to be a GG's. He should switch up his Tombstone placement, which he probably doesn't. Hopefully, I'll be able to... He has Tornado. One shot. No, did not get a shot off. All right, so let's go here. And then we're going to go in with actually nothing at the moment. Now, finally, my opponent does what he's supposed to do, right? Starting to build up a push a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Mega Knight down here. I'm actually going to do that first, right? He goes in with the Poison because I knew my opponent would do that. Let's go ahead and get a Barbarian Barrel down as well. Now, what we'll be able to do, see, he's going to be able to get the, whatchamacallit back as well, which does stink, the Phoenix. So we're going to let this happen. I'm going to get a little aggressive here because otherwise I will not win just based on how my opponent is playing. We're going to go in with this here. Okay, now he messed up. He definitely messed up. Yep, that was not a good Tornado. We should be able to get some good shots off there. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get ourselves probably a Mega Knight down right now. Yep, because my opponent was going to do that. We're going to let it build up just a little bit. We go here. We go here. We have the Mega Knight still on the map. We're going to go in with this right here. And we should be able to get a Fireball down as well. Mega Knight almost took it. Let's go in with that with here. Let's go in with that. Let's go in with this. We're going to go ahead and get this down as well. All we have to do is get back to another Fireball, or we'll go in with this here, actually. Let's go ahead and get that Fireball. Got pretty close there. Have a nice day. Take care. GG's, and peace out. All right, if you guys are still here, let's go ahead and jump in one more time using this Hog 2.6. Again, not 2.6 without log, and just continue to prove how skill and just knowledge of the fundamentals and playing patient and things like that that I keep mentioning is so much more important, okay? All right, so with a starting rotation like this, I'm sorry, all right? Mega Knight first play, okay? So this does stink a little bit because I don't have a good rotation. I need to really get to, we have to go in with this. I need to get to my cannon quickly, right? So we should be able to clean up most of the stuff. I do have to get another Musketeer down, okay? Now, unfortunately, the I got to take this out as well. Unfortunately, the Mega Knight went toward the Musketeer instead of the cannon, which is what I wanted. So the cannon needed to be one tile up. So that was a little bit of a mistake on my part. But you guys saw that, right? Now, I'm going to go in right now, okay? The reason for that is because I'm sure my opponent doesn't have a whole lot of elixir. And we should, hopefully we can get at least one hog hit. We should be able to clean this stuff up enough. I do have to take care of, we got to use the Ice Spirit. The mini P.E.K.K.A, right? I probably will have to do this as well. I might have been able to get away with it because we have, obviously, King Tower activation, but I did not want to chance it. Okay, so with this here, what I need to be able to do is get to the Ice Golem. Let's go ahead and do that. We're actually going to go ahead and, I didn't think my opponent would have enough for the Firecracker, but we will have to take care of that. Now I go in with the Skeletons, and we're going to hopefully be able to take out the Firecracker. Again, you guys see, now my opponent is winning. Right, back to Mega Knight. See, I'm thinking about that. But I know eventually I'm going to be able to win this, without a doubt. Now, if my opponent goes Mega Knight in the back, we should be able to get some pretty good damage. Never mind. Just never mind, okay? Let's go here. And then we're... Actually, that was supposed to be a bar barrel. Not that. Are you serious right now? Oh, my goodness. That was a big misclick. That was such a big misclick. Oh, my goodness. Let's see if we can come back. It was supposed to be the Barbarian Barrel, not a Musketeer. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this here. And I have to prepare... No, never mind. Actually, I'm going to go in with this, all right? And then we're going to go ahead and take care of this. My opponent does have Skeleton Army, but I'm hoping that... Oh, man, my opponent didn't use it yet. Okay, we should be good, though. A lot of damage. Guys, I messed up, okay? I messed up. Let's go here and here. We're going to go in with this right here. It goes in with the Firecracker. I do have to go in with this. We should be able to clean up that Prince, which is most important. It's going to get some work done there. I'm going to go in opposite lane right now. The Skeleton Army. Let's just do this once again. Let's go ahead and just do this. Lots of damage on the other side because my opponent is not playing smart. And I made that huge mistake, all right? I can't even begin to tell you how big that mistake was. Let's just use the Ice Spirit. Now we're recovering. Now we're going to go in. I do have to go in. Actually, we're going to go in with this right here. Yep. Boom. He's probably going to go Mega Knight. See, that's the other thing, too. They cross their fingers. That's why I think Mega Knight is not really good for the game. It's not. Because people just rely on him so much, and it cripples their progression with skill. Honestly, separate yourself from Mega Knight, and I promise you, you get better at the game. Trust me when I say it. Have a nice day. Take care. GG's, and peace out. And there you guys have it. Again, this isn't even true 2.6. I can't even do knockback or anything like that and chip with the log, and I'm still winning even after making some mistakes. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop those comments down below. Thank you again for all of the continued support. Wish you all the success inside of the arena. Until the next video, take care and peace out.